Delivery kit. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Fallout New Vegas is a post-apocalyptic RPG developed by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Bethesda Softworks. The game is set in a vast open world filled with dangerous creatures, mutants, and other hazards, and the player takes on the role of a courier who is shot and left for dead in the Mojave Desert. The controls in Fallout New Vegas are easy to learn and use. You move with the left joystick or WASD keys, while the right joystick or mouse controls the camera. The buttons are used to interact with the game world, including shooting, reloading, and using items. The VAT system allows you to slow down time and target specific body parts of your enemies, which is a great advantage in combat. The way you interact with objects in the world can be a bit frustrating at first, as you need to hold down the Activate button until your character picks it up. However, it becomes second nature once you get used to the timing. Overall, the controls are solid and should be easy to pick up for anyone who's played an open-world RPG before. The cutscenes in Fallout New Vegas are not overly abundant. The game relies more on environmental storytelling and player choice to move the plot forward. While some players may prefer more cutscenes, the minimal approach fits well with the game's overall design. The storyline of Fallout New Vegas is engaging and well-written. The player's journey through the Mojave is filled with interesting characters and factions, each with their motivations and goals. The game's main story is also well-paced, with several branching paths and multiple endings depending on the player's choices. The open-world design allows players to explore a vast and interesting landscape, complete with side quests and hidden treasures. Combat is a mix of real-time and turn-based mechanics, with the VATS system offering a unique twist on traditional shooter gameplay. The game also offers a wide variety of weapons and equipment, giving players the freedom to approach combat in their way. One of the best aspects of the gameplay is the ability to make meaningful choices that affect the outcome of the story. The pace of Fallout New Vegas is well balanced. The game does not rush the player through the story, allowing them to explore the world and complete side missions at their own pace. The game also features fast travel, which makes traveling across the vast Mojave Desert much easier. The game's missions and objectives are varied and interesting. The player is given a lot of freedom in how they approach each mission, and there are often multiple ways to complete objectives. The game also features a lot of side missions, which provide additional content and help to flesh out the game's world. The dialogue in Fallout New Vegas is well written and often humorous. The game's NPCs are well developed and provide interesting insights into the game's world. The game also features a reputation system, which changes how NPCs interact with the player based on their actions. The game's locations and settings are varied and interesting. The Mojave Desert is filled with ruins of the old world, as well as new settlements and towns. Each location feels unique and provides a different challenge for the player. Fallout New Vegas is highly replayable. The game's multiple endings and branching storylines encourage players to play through the game multiple times to see all of the different outcomes. The graphics in Fallout New Vegas are a bit dated by today's standards, but they still hold up well. The game's art style is unique and provides a distinct look to the game's world. The difficulty of Fallout New Vegas is well balanced. The game can be challenging at times, but the player is given enough resources and options to overcome any obstacles they may face. New Vegas features an impressive cast of characters, each with its backstory, motivations, and personality. The game's character development is a standout feature, offering a level of depth and nuance that is rare in video games. The player character, the courier, is fully customizable, allowing players to create a unique character that fits their playstyle. As the story progresses, the player has the opportunity to shape the courier's personality and morals through their actions and choices. The game's NPCs are also well developed, with memorable personalities and backstories. The factions in the game are particularly noteworthy, as they are not simply good or evil, but instead have complex motivations and goals. This allows the player to form alliances and make enemies based on their moral compass. While Fallout New Vegas is a highly regarded game, some aspects of the game could be improved upon. One issue with the game is its graphics. While the game was released in 2010, its graphics have not aged well compared to more recent games. The character models and environments lack detail and can look blocky and outdated. This can be especially noticeable in cutscenes, which can detract from the overall immersive experience. Another issue is the game's pacing. While the open-world aspect of the game provides a lot of freedom, it can also make the main story feel disjointed and meandering. The game's quests and objectives can sometimes feel repetitive and overly simplistic, which can lead to player burnout over time. Additionally, the game's difficulty can be uneven. Some areas and enemies can be extremely challenging, while others can be easily dispatched. This can make the game feel frustrating at times, as the player may feel like they are not making progress due to the difficulty spikes. Finally, the game's menus and controls can feel clunky and unintuitive at times. The player may struggle to find certain options or settings, and the controls can feel sluggish or unresponsive during intense combat situations. Overall, while Fallout New Vegas is a great game with many strengths, it is not without its flaws. The game's graphics, pacing, difficulty, characters, and controls could all benefit from some improvements to enhance the overall gameplay experience. But this does not stop Fallout New Vegas from being the greatest game from the Fallout series so far. So I'm going to rate Fallout New Vegas 5 out of 5 stars. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment on the next game you want to see next.